What food do I recommend for weight loss? I'm Nate, the FitFutureMD. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss a upload. I appreciate all the support. Alright, so you want to lose weight and you're trying to figure out, well, what foods should be included in this nutrition plan to lose weight, right? Well, obviously you figure out what your macros are, what your calories are, and all that. But the biggest concentration of your calories when losing weight should go into protein. And this is where I think a lot of people mess up, right? Because it's very easy just, I'll just eat 2 meals instead of 3, or I'll fast all day and have one big meal, and stuff like that. But they're not realizing that, you just spent all these years, bulking, gaining all this muscle mass just for your body to eat it away because you're starving yourself, right? The general rule is 1 gram of protein per pound, but they've kind of adjusted that rule to 1 gram per lean pound of body mass, right? So that's basically like how much muscle do you have on your frame, right? Because protein can be turned into fat as well. So if you have an excess of protein and protein that you don't need, then your body can also turn it into fat. So they've kind of adjusted that for lean body mass, right? So for me, starting out at 308 pounds, right? That would mean, if you do it old school, that means you would need 300 grams of protein a day, right? So obviously, if you're 308 pounds, your lean body mass is not that high, right? So say I'm 308 pounds and I have a 30% body fat percentage, right? So that would mean at least 100 pounds is not muscle mass. So what I did is I made my protein 200. So that'd be 800 calories from protein a day, right? So that means that if you're eating, for me it's 2100 calories a day, that means that, what's that math? 1300 calories are coming from other things, right? So what food is that going to include, basically, is where we're getting at. So number one, I'm leading with grilled chicken breast, right? And the second thing I would eat is fish, tilapia, cod, any fish that's not a fatty fish, basically. Salmon, well, salmon's a fatty fish, so salmon would be in there. You can add salmon in there. So tuna's a great one. But the problem with tuna is most people can't eat tuna without the mayo, right? To make a tuna salad or whatever. Most people can't eat tuna plain because it's dry, right? It's a dry fish. So I can eat chicken breast if it's grilled right, plain, no sauce. I can eat tilapia plain, no sauce with Mrs. Dash seasoning on it. You taste the seasoning instead of using a sauce, right? Another go-to for a lot of people is shrimp. Shrimp is very low carb, very low fat, high protein, and as long as it's deveined, it's really not bad for you. So, and the last one is, of course, top sirloin steak. You want to stay away from the New York strip, the ribeye, the high fat steaks. So when you hear people out there say, oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. Yeah, you can't. And then honestly, down here in the South, there's game meats, right? So if you're eating, deer, obviously that's a great source of protein, very lean. All right, so concentrate on protein first. Then the number one thing I'm going to eat as a carb is a sweet potato, right? Because if you're upping your protein, that slows down your digestion, right? You need something to help digest food, help push food through your system so you don't get constipated. So that's going to be sweet potatoes, high fiber foods. The other one is oatmeal. You want to stay away from any rice, period, when you're dieting, to be honest. Like, you don't want to be dieting on rice. You don't really want to spike your insulin level, because then you have cravings, right? And the biggest key to losing weight is to decrease your cravings. So that's the reason you cut out diet soda is not because diet soda has calories. The reason you cut out diet soda is because diet soda causes cravings, right? So you're just sitting there freaking starving, right? And you can't satiate yourself at all. Like, you're full, burping up food. Now that I don't drink diet soda, no problems. No cravings at all. Down 20 pounds, no problem, right? I also got rid of, I think the biggest thing really is what you get rid of. And then the last thing is vegetables, right? So zucchini, squash, mushrooms, broccoli, cauliflower. Those are going to be your main source of vegetables. You kind of want to try to stay away from the corn. Carrots are okay, but I'm not really a big fan of carrots on diets, but you definitely need nutrition while you're dieting, right? So let's say those are the main foods that I would stick with. I definitely would not try to be dieting, using pasta or using rice. It's just not my thing. I know it's difficult to go out to eat without getting any kind of fried food. Like, basically there's only like one or two options on menus. If you go out to eat, get the salmon, or even salads when you go out to eat are 1,000 calories. But you can order, 2 pieces of grilled chicken plain.